Welcome to Unusual Monday. Today I have a very divisive model from Accutron that I think the vast majority of you will look at this and you will say, Bruce, I don't think so. It's a little bit big. It's a little bit loud. It might be a little bit gimmicky, and it certainly is too expensive for my tastes. And I can get that. I definitely understand where you're coming from. And I think there will be a small minority of you that look at this video, you look at this watch, and you go, okay, I'm intrigued. I'd like to learn a little bit more. I can see the appeal. So let's unpack it here in today's episode. We have a very interesting movement that is definitely the star of the show here. This is the star of the package. And you see the various components of this NS30 caliber on the dial side. It is proudly displayed in an aesthetically pleasing fashion. The case back is closed off. You only see a tuning fork logo, Accutron, and a little bit of a turbine texture there in the medallion. Gunmetal finish on the case and case back. But let's get back to the movement. We have turbines that rotate between diodes and they generate electrostatic energy. That energy is stored in an accumulator. That accumulator powers two different motors. There's a capacitor. We have a seconds hand that has its own motor. We have a minute hand and an hour hand that share a step motor, and the movement will have a power saving feature which will automatically engage when the movement senses 5 continual minutes of no motion. The motion is crucial to generate the energy here to power the movement. Now, the seconds hand has a very smooth fluid sweep. It is almost Grand Seiko-like, and that is powered by an electrostatic motor. So when the watch again senses inactivity for 5 continual minutes, that seconds hand will sweep to the 12 and then stop. But internally, it's still keeping track of the time. What you need to do to engage the seconds hand again or disengage the power saving feature is just move your wrist for about 5 seconds. Once you do that, the seconds hand will automatically sweep to the time on the dial where it should be, and it will continue keeping time as long as you're actively moving about and generating electrostatic energy for this NS30 movement. Now, the movement will be accurate to a window of plus or minus 5 seconds per month, which I think is pretty decent, pretty respectable. And I like the finishing. I like the way the turbines are displayed. I like how the brand is off center here with only Accutron visible, and then there will be an applied polished tuning fork logo set just above that almost blends into the gunmetal finish of that part of the dial slash movement. So I like the gunmetal, I like the untreated metal, I like the blue look here, and I really enjoy the anglage found throughout the various bridges and turbines. I think it's not the most visible watch, definitely. You lose some visibility. This is all about showing off the tech and kind of being a conversation starter, something that draws the eye in. It is definitely a wild card piece, and it's not very well suited to be a daily type of driver, even though it is accurate. And if you wore this on a regular basis, you could use this as a daily driver. Now let's talk about the dial and fit. We have a very dramatic domed sapphire crystal. It might be the most dramatic crystal that I have ever seen on a watch that I have reviewed, to the degree that it almost makes the markers appear like they are set on an outward angled retaining ring. So you could angle this at a tangential angle and see full display the applied markers and indexing, and then you angle it just right, and those markers almost disappear within the curvature of that domed sapphire crystal. So very much a sharp watch visually. Now continuing, we have a large case dimension, and I'll place all of the dimensions here on the screen so you can think about how this compares to other watches in your own rotations. And I will say that it is surprisingly comfortable, surprisingly wearable, but I'm not going to try to tell you that this will work on any wrist because I don't think it will. I think this watch will work on medium to large sized wrists. If you have smaller wrists, I just don't think you are going to have a satisfying experience wearing the Accutron DNA. Yes, it is comfortable, it is surprisingly wearable, but it is definitely a large watch. Now let's talk about the most divisive thing about this piece, and that is the retail price, $3,300. Here is where it will get divisive. You will have some watch collectors that go, okay, yeah, you know what? That's more appealing to me than any Tag Heuer or any Longines or any Oris or any Manta or Micra brand. I think this is the most exciting thing. It's different. It has cool tech. It's very original. I get the appeal. Yeah, definitely. I'd spend $3,000 on this. I'd spend $2,500 on this. I might even buy this at full retail at $3,300. I don't think that's an issue. And then you'll have other watch collectors who look at the same watch, the same retail price, and you'll go, no way, no way. Maybe if they charged a third of that, I think this is a little ridiculous. In fact, I think it's a little insulting. What do I think, as me, Bruce Williams, what do I think? I think that the Citizen Group was very wise to take Bulova from any Accutron model when they rebranded, when they acquired Bulova. So I look at this and I see Accutron. It's found on the dial. It's found on the case back. It's found on the website. I don't see any mention of Bulova, and that's a good thing. When you're spending $2,500 to $3,000 on a Bulova branded watch, I don't think that would be a great thing. That is why Seiko, branched out and they did Grand Seiko, they did King Seiko, they did Creedor. That is why Toyota has Lexus. That's why a lot of brands that where the money goes, all back to the same place, they're very separate. And they're operated almost as separate companies. So I think that was a good move because most watch enthusiasts watching this, I don't think they're going to be into it. I think they will think it is overpriced, even though there will be some that will definitely see the appeal and they will enjoy the DNA from Accutron. So I was talking with Mimo about this, Mimo of Mimo's Jewelry. He is the authorized dealer for Accutron who lent me this example just to try out for a couple weeks, wear it around, do a video. I am going to be sending it back to him. But as I was talking with Mimo, he said that several collectors have purchased the Accutron, and they are collectors who generally live at the luxury price segment. They're regular buyers of Omega and Rolex and higher end brands. They spend thousands and thousands of dollars on watches regularly. And they were excited about this because it is fun, because it is different, because it is accurate. And it's almost like they're taking a flyer on the watch. They're getting something more exciting in their eyes than, say, a Longines or an Oris or a Tag Heuer or a Manta or other brands that really rule that $2,000 to $3,000 price segment. And I can definitely see where those collectors are coming from. But let me know what you guys think of the Accutron DNA with the electrostatic generated power here between turbines. We have capacitors, we have diodes, we have an open work design, we have a space age design. We have quite a lot going on here in this DNA model from Accutron. If you're interested, I do have a discount code with Mimo. I don't get paid. I don't get a commission. This is strictly a discount code that will get you a good amount off of a new watch at an authorized dealer. So links in the description. Thank you for watching today's episode of Unusual Monday. And let me know if you have any requests for future episodes of Unusual Monday. I'll see if I can help out. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.